unseen in the shadows. Shine a spotlight on your brand with Wells Radio 89.3 FM today. Why Wells Radio? We are your state's #1 family radio station. We connect with the heart of families in your state. As the smallest unit of the society, families trust Wells Radio for quality content and information. Visit us today along Alafin Avenue, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. Our white and blue building just before Sharp Corner ensures your business won't go unnoticed. Advertise with us today. Call our marketing office on 0903 936 8185. Call Toby on 0803 509 3394. Ayo on 0706 840-7359. Take the leap today. Let Wells Radio 89.3 FM be the megaphone for your business success. You won't regret it.
89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio. The time is 8 a.m. from Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
Láti ìkànnì kọ̀ǹga gbọ́nmágbé 89.3 FM, gẹ́rẹ́gẹ́ ní aago 8 àárọ̀ lù.
Oh, yes. Thank you once again for keeping it locked on Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Good morning, Ibadan. Good morning, Oyo State. Good morning, our dear listener, anywhere you are this morning. Good morning to you. Welcome to Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio, number one family radio station in the whole of Oyo State and beyond. Welcome to Roundtable, reaching you from your preferred wholesome radio, Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Thank you for staying with us since morning, 5 a.m. when we started our broadcast. And these days we start our broadcast from 5 a.m. till 11 p.m. every day. And because of you, we love you and we give you quality information. We give you everything that you need because our vision is to be the preferred channel through wholesome programs for holistic living. This morning, I welcome you once again to Roundtable, reaching you from your preferred wholesome radio. What do we do on the Roundtable? You are invited to the table this morning because I call it Saturday Morning Tonic. It's a recap of all the activities of the week on this table. We have a lot of things to talk about on the table, and I'm not alone on the table. My name is Chukwuemeka Munachiso. I'm not alone on the table. I have gentlemen with me here on the table every Saturday. What do? We talk about the events playing out in our country with a view to providing solutions, and you are invited because Nigeria is our collective project. No man owns Nigeria. We all are owners of Nigeria. We're all stakeholders. That's why you are involved and I am involved. And this morning, when we bring the topic we are going to look at this morning, the issues we are going to deliberate on, you are invited also to come and be part of this conversation going on from this side of the table. Though you are at home, you may be in the vehicle, you may be on the street, anywhere you are this morning, I invite you to partake in the conversation this morning because it's all about the project Nigeria, which God gave to all of us, and that project must succeed.
If you fight them unless you wonder, I say water no get enemy. If you fight them unless you wonder, me you love down. But they talk of black man power. But they talk of black power. I say water no get enemy.
Oh yes, water has no enemy. And Wells Radio 89.3 FM, we have no enemy. And this morning, what are we looking at? A retired Justice James Ogebe, he said something over the week. He said that politicians should not appoint judges. Politicians should not be allowed to appoint judges. And this man spoke from the position of knowledge because he retired from the Supreme Court of Nigeria in 2010 after spending 42 years in the law profession. And somebody who has spent 42 years in a profession, you can call him a veteran, you can call him a guru, you can call him a man that has seen it all in that profession. And for this man to advocate or advise or counsel, whatever you call it, that politicians should not be in the business of appointing judges. He must be talking from the position of knowledge. He revealed that politicians in appointing judges look for those who are pliable. And that's what this man said, that when politicians are looking for judges to appoint, they look for those that are pliable, those that they can twist their mind. He recommended for an independent body that should oversee appointment of judges outside politicians, so that judges will be free from the influence of politicians. That's what a retired Chief Judge, Justice James Ogebe, who spent 42 years in the law profession. That's number one thing we are going to look at this morning. Should politicians be allowed to continue to appoint judges in our country? And another thing again we are looking at this morning, we are taking it from a Punch editorial. Punch wrote an editorial, Edo, Tinubu save Nigeria's democracy from violence. That's the topic of that editorial, that the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, should save Nigeria's democracy from violence, because against the backdrop of what took place in Edo State over the week. Remember vividly that Governor Monday Obebelo on July 1st, 2025, cautioned former governor of Anambra State, Peter Obi, against visiting Edo State and declared that anything that happened to him, I quote, he will take it. Then on Tuesday this week, after 7 months, events in Benin City, the Edo State capital, appeared to validate the threat and public fears. Peter Obi was attacked by political thugs who opened fire on his convoy during the political engagement that included former Edo State Governor John Odigi Oyegu and other leaders of African Democratic Congress. Imagine if Peter Obi was gone down. What do you think would have happened? But before then, before 2023 general election, because there are threats here and there, Monday Obebelo was not the only one who issued threats. People have issued threats and nothing was done because, problem thrive when people keep quiet. Before 2023 general election, Oba of Lagos, Rewan Babatunde Akiolu, he threatened to drown Igbos living in Lagos if they don't vote for a candidate of his choice. He made that threat and nothing happened. Then, drawing from his utterances, the Oba of Lagos and Musiliu, MC Oluomo Akinsoya, also threatened that Igbos will not be allowed to vote in 2023 elections. Though he tried later to twist the fact of what he said, but he could not change the truth. Then, in the same 2023 election, Bayo Onanuga, the man that is in charge of the special advisor to the president right now, when he was the All Progressive Congress Presidential Campaign Council, he was the director of media and publicity. He wrote on his X handle that let 2023 be the last time Igbos will interfere in Lagos politics. Let there be no repeat in 2027. Lagos is not like Anambra. I'm quoting him, Imo, or any other Nigerian state. It is not no man's land, not Federal Capital Territory. It is Yoruba land. Mind your business. Despite actions and utterances of Onanuga, the president promoted him as his senior advisor on information strategy and even compensated him. And people are asking questions: is it for the hate speech he made, or for what, or for competence and character? These are things we are going to look at this morning. When you call the president to rein in those who are threatening democracy in Nigeria, let's look at some of this. That's why I'm reading out these threats. And the parties are having a race against time over INEC's May deadline for primaries. INEC declared that May 30, so parties have 91 days to conduct and finalize primaries that will produce candidates following the release of a revised timetable for the 2027 elections by INEC. On Thursday, INEC released the revised timetable for the 2027 general elections. So the parties are now on a rat race to make sure that they finalize their primaries that will produce candidates following the release of a revised timetable for the 2027 general elections. These are some of the issues we are going to look at this morning on Roundtable, reaching you from your preferred wholesome radio station, Wells Radio 89.3 FM. My name is Chukwuemeka Munachiso. I'll be right back after this.
You got to be a millionaire
or some kind of petty bourgeoisie anytime you're living here. In this country, you've got to be in skullduggery, making you money illicitly to live like somebody. In this country, it's outrageous and insane, them crazy prices in Port of Spain. And like the merchants going out their brain, and the working man like the only toiling in vain. Where you ever hear a television for 7,000, $250,000 for a little piece of land? A pair of sneakers, $200, 80,000-90,000 for motor cars. At last, here in Trinidad, we see capitalism gone mad. It's sad and getting more bad, because doo-doo capitalism gone mad.
Hello? 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 Hello?
Provide for your family. Today on your present salary is an impossibility. In this country, so many bills to pay. There is no conceivable way to save for a rainy day. In this country, avariciousness, to be precise, is why every damn thing so overpriced. Big business making everybody feel. Government give them an open license to steal. Would you believe me? One nylon panty is $19.90. $20 for some baby milk. The cheapest jersey costs over $6.
Oh, yes, you're welcome back to Roundtable, reaching you from Wells Radio 89.3 FM. My fellow roundtablers, do I call it roundtablers? We all here this morning, and people with me on the roundtable, and you at home, you are also a part of the roundtable. You are welcome to roundtable this morning. Olale Kosani is here. Thank you, Olale Kosani, for joining me on the roundtable this morning. And thank you, Benga Mario, for coming on roundtable this morning. Gentlemen, let's begin with this. Olale Kosani, I think I will put that in off.
Trust me.
Politicians should not appoint judges. That's what Justice James Ogebe, this man he retired from the Supreme Court judge, from the Supreme Court of Nigeria in 2010 after spending 42 years in the law profession. And the man, he said that Nigeria should not allow politicians to be appointing judges. And that that politicians always look for judges who are pliable, before appointing them. He recommended for independent body that should oversee appointment of judges outside politicians, so that judges will be free from the influence of politicians. Olale Kosani, do you agree with what this man said? Let's start from there, because I think he spoke from the position of knowledge. He has an inside information after spending 42 years as a judge in the law profession.
Otutuoma is here, Chukwuemeka Munachiso. The truth of the matter is that I agree with him to an extent, but like I said, only to an extent. The truth of the matter is that I am going to place what is happening in Nigeria side by side with what is happening in other parts of the world. Let me use the US as an example.
Okay.
If you want to become a magistrate judge in the United States of America, you actually put yourself up for election. And it is the people that will say, okay, we believe in this guy, let us vote for him, let us not vote for him. But that's just the extent of it, magistrate judge. If you want to become a federal high court judge in the US, you want to go to the Court of Appeal, you want to go to, what's it called, the Supreme Court, it's the president that makes the appointment. I don't know if you have been following the news. Trump was badly dealt with in the U.S. Supreme Court last week, and he has been calling the judges all sorts of names. such that he even said he felt betrayed because he appointed 3 of them in his first time.
Okay.
In his first time in office as president. So it's not totally new to have a situation where, or should I say, it's not totally strange to
Where
have a situation
politicians appoint judges.
yes. The question we should be asking is this. The politicians that are asking you to do something, are they saying do this thing for the sake of doing it, or they are saying do this thing for the sake of
the country?
No. If it's, please pardon me here.
Okay, go ahead.
The truth of the matter is that there is not always an independent judiciary.
All over the world?
All over the world.
Can you?
Yes, I'm coming there.
Okay.
If the interest of the country is at stake,
Okay, yeah. They can bend the rules.
Judges will bend the rules, but not for personal interest.
That's what I'm saying.
Not for their own personal
no,
interest.
that's where we are
not
coming.
for the interest of the politicians.
I want to ask you this question. Can the rules be bent? I know that it's possible if in the case of a situation where the security of the state is at stake, you don't expect the judges not to bend the rule. But can they bend it for the sake of individuals?
No, they should not. They can, but they should not.
Okay.
They ought not to.
Okay.
Problem is arising simply because they are bending, they are twisting the path of justice in favor of individuals. That is where it becomes breaking news.
Okay.
For me, the judges that are twisting the path of justice, are they doing it over a mere thank you?
Okay.
Or because of solid gratification? It's still an ongoing matter, but I will still talk about it. I may not mention the name.
Okay.
But the head of a particular tier of judiciary, of the judicature in Nigeria today is in a hot soup. Guess what? He didn't declare some accounts owned by him. And these are accounts that are known to carry huge figures in dollars and in naira. What is the source of the content of that account?
Income, yes.
The point is, the politicians who are asking you to do this, oh, this is my friend, do this, that's my friend, that's my political enemy, do this. They are not doing it as an order. They are doing it because you can be bought. For patronage. So for me, the problem is not in the idea of having politicians appoint people. The bigger problem here is, who are we as a people in this country? What are our values? Are we amenable? Are we pliable? Are we rigid? What I'm trying to say here is that the average Nigerian has a price. Be you a judge or a doctor, the average Nigerian has a price. So what we should
of our value system,
destroyed value system,
collapse of conscience.
Yes.
Okay.
These are the issues that we should be talking about. It has just like the United States. I just told you now in the United States of America, President Trump appointed judges, and yet those judges said
yes,
we are not going to approve what
you have done. Okay. Which means they are not pliable.
They are not pliable.
Okay.
They believe
Can we have such people in Nigeria or in Africa as a whole?
That is where the problem lies.
Okay.
The average guy in this country is someone who is only out for his personal interest. Do whatever it takes, just put food on the table. Put all the figures in your bank account. That is where the problem lies. Trust me, if you say, okay, let them face the people, let the people vote for them, the moment they become elected judges, they are going to become what our politicians are.
Okay, the moment they become the moment they are elected by the people.
The moment they go into that office.
On the strength of being elected by the people.
They become something else.
Okay, do you believe in what Olalekosan is saying? Do you believe that politicians should not be allowed to appoint judges? Let's start from there.
Well, if politicians should not be allowed to appoint judges, then the onus lies on who? And the judges in Nigeria are appointed by the president, who is also a politician, based on recommendation from the National Judicial Council, NJC, which is chaired by the Chief Justice of Nigeria. So, the Mr. President is a politician, and the onus lies on him to appoint the judges. That's number one. Number two, how well those judges appointed by the president deliver justice or carry out their lawful duties without bias is another different thing. And I wouldn't know. Imagine a politician appointing the judges, same politician giving those judges cars, frivolous cars, building them houses in areas in very luxurious areas in Abuja, like what Wike did, giving judges houses. So in such a regard, what would you expect? He who plays the piper will actually dictate the tune. It's like saying, okay, you are appointing me as the CEO of your company, the manager of your company, and whose bidding will I do? It is your bidding. So the thing is, I think it is an archaic system having a politician nominating or deciding who the judge will be, because automatically, if a judge has already collected a split of cars from politician, collected an apartment, a luxurious house in Abuja from a politician, then what do you expect the judges will do? Of course, there will be a compromise. You don't expect such a judge to do the bidding of the other party rather than the person that appointed him as a judge. Okay,
but is it wise? Is it wise for a country to gather and say, look, the era of politicians appointing judges should be over. Let the people decide.
But how will the people decide? This is not in the honors of the people, or else we have a constitutional review on this.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yes, the people cannot. I cannot myself, you, Mr. Laliko, Mr. Sonny. We cannot say, okay, we want to appoint judges. We want to form a coalition to appoint them, or form a kind of body that will appoint. We have a call.
Okay. Let's pick this call. Hello. Oh, sorry. You can call me back, please. The numbers to call are 0916-893-1000, 0916-893-1000, 0915-334-893, 0911-333-893. Is it wise for politicians to appoint judges, or should there be an independent body to oversee the appointment of judges in Nigeria? That's the question.
Having an independent body to do that is okay for me.
Okay.
Because politicians cannot be trusted. You have a call again.
Okay. Hello. Hello. Please, you can call me back. You can call me back on 0916-893-1000, 0915-334-893. Okay.
So I think we can have a separate body who will be looking towards how do we appoint judges. And those bodies that will be set up must be people of highly integrity, that have integrity.
Okay.
They have integrity. Their conscience cannot be bought. Those people that I heard a judge saying a while ago, that I forgot the name of the judge now. He said, if you have a case in court, he said, don't come to my house. Don't wait for me at the entrance of my house or at the entrance of my office just because you want to see me on the basis of the case you're having in court. He said, I'm going to deliver my judgment based without compromise. And I give it to that kind of judge. Okay. You can have such a judge whose conscience cannot be bought. He called a woman who she's a judge, but she retired, I think, late last year, and she was trying to tell us what it takes to be a judge in the Nigeria of today. And in a review, the woman said so many things normally goes on the underground that we wouldn't know. He said he's calling on the Mr. President to review the judges that we have in Nigeria, that they should review them in terms of the kind of judge verdicts that they are given at the various law courts, because he said the system allows you to have access to money. He said it allows you to have access to assets, and that unless you have you are a man or a man whose conscience cannot be bought, or who is of highly integrity, he said you can change verdicts.
Okay. Olale Kosani, what this man said, because the man must have spoken from a position of knowledge. And do you believe in what is said, that independent body should oversee appointment of judges?
Thank you very much, sir.
You know, we have independent bodies in Nigeria.
Wait, sir.
Because INEC is independent.
Wait, sir. The very first problem I have with Nigerian judges is that they very rarely complain when they are on seat.
They keep quiet.
They keep quiet. They have table manners. They don't talk.
Is that Ometa? The law of Ometa?
It's like that now. Now, when they get out of office,
they begin to talk.
Oh, that system is, sir, are you hungry? I'm not insulting them. I'm just asking questions.
I understand what they're saying, yeah.
I am just asking questions.
They
never complain about the process when they are still in office.
Is it part of oath you will swear that you will not complain when you're on the bench?
Why can't you complain?
Okay.
If things are not working, Supreme Court judges complained, and that was what took the CJN Tanko out of office. That was what brought in Ariwola.
Okay.
They protested. It was more than a complaint.
Okay.
It was actually a protest.
Okay.
And the CJN had to leave. Now let's go to the so-called independent body.
Okay. Because I'm asking, how independent are independent bodies in Nigeria?
Who is going to constitute that independent body? That's number one. Number two, how sure are you that they're not going to become that very wonderful and fantastic organ of government called INEC, the Independent National Electoral Commission? You know, INEC is independent and is doing very, very well. Is it not? That's the point. It is, what we are seeing in this country right now is, as far as I'm concerned, the result of an aggressive moral degradation. It's not just judges. Is it police officers you want to talk about? Is it lecturers who will say, oh, if you don't give me this, you're not going to get an A in my course? There is fire on the mountain. What we are seeing right now are just symptoms
of a rot.
Yes.
In the system.
Yes. And it's not in just one sector of the society. It is a general problem. Like I told you, if you are a Nigerian and money cannot buy you, you do not know how good Providence is to you. God has been exceptionally good to you because He created you in a totally different way. That is the problem. The guys who delivered the judgment in America, they are Americans, appointed by an American president. And when a matter came up against the president, they sided with their conscience.
Okay. They stood with the people.
Yes.
Is it possible to get such judges in Nigeria?
That's where the problem lies. I hope and pray that we have all our judges thinking and reasoning like that. But I cannot give you the assurance. Look at what is happening in Ogun State as we speak.
Okay. What's happening in Ogun State?
In my opinion, Ogun State is the most badly governed state.
In your own opinion?
In my opinion.
Okay. Why do you say so?
Look at the roads, look at the schools, look at... there's no sign of governance in Ogun State, apart from having a guy doing wow all over the street. There is nothing you can point to and say, that's beautiful. Guess what? The guy approved a contract of 6.1 billion naira yesterday to build a court of appeal complex. A court in Ogun State, Abeokuta. And that is something that is not of any concern to the Ogun State government. If Ogun State wants to build a court, the only court they should build is High Court of Ogun State. And that should not even come from the governor saying, okay, I've approved this. It is the Ogun State Judicial Service Commission that should draw that money out of the state accounts. If you're talking about appeal court in Nigeria and the Supreme Court, these are two tiers of court controlled exclusively by the federal government. It is the National Judicial Council, not even the federal government, the National Judicial Council that should draw this money from the Consolidated Revenue Fund to build those things. Not the president saying, I have approved.
Okay.
That is where we should start from. If you are saying that, somebody should appoint how sure are we that that person is going to become worse than what we have on the ground right now? Let us remove all the influences that politicians may have over these people. If you appoint them, you select them, you elect them, and they will still have to rely on politicians to live a decent living.
It's not possible.
Trust me, they will still be bought.
Okay. The numbers to call for you to be part of this conversation are 0916 893 1000, 0915 334 893, 0911 333 893. These are the numbers to call this morning for you to be part of this conversation going on Roundtable, reaching you from your preferred wholesome radio, Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Before we are expecting calls, but before then, according to Punch editorial, they were begging in the light of against the backdrop of what happened in Edo State. The Punch wrote an editorial asking the President Tinubu to save Nigeria's democracy from violence. Is our brand of democracy, is it synonymous with violence? Can Nigeria come up with a law to sanction people who propagate hate speech? Because whatever hate speech is the reason why Rwanda did what it did in 1994. Tutsi and Hutus. And unfortunately, a notable Nigerian journalist who covered that dastardly incident in Rwanda came over to Nigeria and is still making that kind of hate speech. No. Because I bought a magazine when he came back and wrote about what he saw in Rwanda, what hate speech can do. And he came back to Nigeria and got involved in hate speech. Now,
let me ask a question. Was it hate speech that actually led to what happened in Rwanda?
It was hate speech. No, people were inciting others. They were speaking. I'm coming.
Okay.
They were saying nasty things against another ethnic group.
Okay.
And some people took it up.
What I believe was the immediate cause of the war was a certain ethnic group downing the presidential jet.
That was not even
killing the president.
No, that was not
process.
Even, no, that was not even the. That it happened, but what added salt, condiments to the all ingredients to the problem was hate speech. You understand? So on July 1st, 2025, Governor Mondo Obebelo came up and cautioned the former governor of Anambra State, P2B, against visiting Edo State, and declared that anything that happened to him, in quote, he will take it. Then Tuesday of this week, 7 months after, political talks went after Obi as he visited the state. Now we went down memory lane. 2023 election, the Oba of Lagos came up and they called the Igbos in Lagos.
Sir. What the Oba did then, in my opinion, should have warranted a deposition.
But was it done?
But there is a mix-up here.
Okay.
He said, this is the person we have chosen. If you, he didn't say Igbos, he didn't say Hausas.
He was addressing, he was a gathering, he was addressing them.
I watch it, sir.
Go and check again.
Sir, the only person that is guilty of a direct hate speech is Bayo Ononuga.
Your Oba Okikiolu, go and check it. He was addressing Igbo community. They visited him and he made that speech.
He did, sir.
I'm coming.
Okay.
So he said, if you don't vote for a candidate of my choice.
Thank God you are quoting him.
I'm coming.
Okay.
Even if he didn't make it directly to Igbos.
Okay.
Is it okay for him to make it to other ethnic groups?
I told you point blank that what he did then should have attracted a position.
Good.
So there is one thing about me. I like to say it the way it is. If it's not good, if it's not okay, I will tell you it's not okay. But now twisting it to favor or show that a particular tribe is being victim. See, I have visited virtually every corner of this country. I want to say something now that a lot of people say, what's wrong, Mr. Sonny? But trust me, that's the truth. The only part of this country where you won't find inter-ethnic drama as often as it happens in other parts of the country is the Hausa Fulani clan. If you are with them, they don't care where you are from. For as long as you are still part of that zone, you can become whatever in that place. In the build-up to the 2023 election, something happened in Enugu, and I was like, this shouldn't be happening. It was majorly a contest between Frank Nweke Jr. and Peter Umba Frank Nweke Jr. of HAPGA, and Peter Mba of the then PDP, now APC. And, the campaign that Peter Mba sponsored was a video of an elderly man saying, oh, the forefathers, counting up to 5 generations of Frank Nweke Jr. came from Ngo in Ebonyi State to come and settle down in Enugu State. That never in his lifetime will somebody from Ngo become the governor of Enugu State. Okay. That's not what we should be talking about. 5 generations, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trust me, you are a son of the soil. That is it. Sir, what I am saying here, like I said, what the Yoruba said should have attracted. They should have deposed him the moment he said that. No,
I'm coming. I've not finished what I'm saying. Okay. There is no twist in it at all. He threatened the Igbos living in Lagos that if they don't vote for...
Sir,
I'm coming.
Quote him, sir.
Yes.
Quote him.
If they don't vote for a candidate of his choice, they will drown
in the lagoon.
Then, drawing from the utterances, MC Oluomo also threatened that Igbos will not be allowed to vote in 2023.
Okay.
He later tried to twist the facts.
Okay.
The same 2023, Bayo Ononuga, who was the director of media and publicity of All Progressive Congress Presidential Campaign Council, issued a warning in his X handle. I will put him. Let there be no, let 2023 be the last time of Igbo interference in Lagos politics. Let there be no repeat in 2027. Plus other thing he says. Sir, I'm not talking of ethnic group.
What I am saying here is this.
I'm not talking of ethnic group here. Okay. I'm talking of hate speech. Is it allowed? Even if you make it against Ijaw people.
Bayo Ononuga is someone who is not fit to be the class captain of a kindergarten class.
I'm not even asking. I'm not even whether it's fit or not. I'm talking about why are sanctions not...
I am coming somewhere, sir. This is someone who had a better yesterday than today. Today he may feel like, he's on top of the world, he's the special advisor to the president. But in terms of moral standing, as far as I'm concerned, he lived a better life yesterday than today. He's now, in my opinion, and anywhere, whatever face, man. What I'm now saying is this. Going by what he said in 2023, it was a direct attack against the Igbos.
No. Let's leave Igbos out of it.
Sir,
I'm coming.
We cannot leave it. Let's just say it the way it is. No. I'm not afraid of anybody.
No, what I'm saying here is how will the president stop violence in our democracy in 2027?
The point is the president, as far as I'm concerned, as of today, has not done anything that will make you suggest that the president is not interested in violence come 2027.
Okay.
The governor of Edo State didn't make that statement because he felt like making that statement.
Okay.
He made that statement simply because I know too well that he knows within himself that if not for the type of election that Bola Ahmed Tinubu conducted, he most certainly won't be in that office.
Okay.
Peter Obi said something in Edo State, and it has always been my belief that Monday Ogbebolo did not win that election.
Okay.
It was Ighodalo of the PDP who won the election. Go and check on IREV. You will still see that most of the result sheets favor
Ighodalo
against Ogbebolo.
Okay.
But INEC now did an abracadabra in cahoots with the presidency. And this guy was declared. There's a danger there.
Okay.
If you are in office, if you know too well that you won that seat simply because the people voted for you, there is a way you are going to carry yourself around. There is going to be a special type of candor. You are going to respect the people because everybody respects their bosses. If you know too well that it's the people that put you in that office, there is no way you're going to speak to them in a foul manner.
Okay, let me call the numbers again.
Okay.
The numbers to call for you to join us in this conversation this morning are 0916-893-1000, 0916-893-1000, 0915-334-893, 0911-333-893. These are the numbers for you to call this morning for you to be part of this conversation.
Now, if you are the
I'm coming to you.
elected governor or president, you are going to respect that. You're going to make sure that you protect their interest. Okpebholo knows too well that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the quote-unquote the people that voted for him for the office. He will do everything he can. He will move a mountain to protect the interest of his so-called voter that put him in that office. And he knows too well that come 2027, Peter Obi is going to pose a very serious challenge to Tinubu, Okpebholo's benefactor. That is why he has been saying, it's like you being the governor of your state and you hear that there is plague coming to the people of your state. You are going to move all out to say that plague must not affect your people because those are your benefactors. So it's Okpebholo fighting who is a potential threat to his benefactor.
Okay. The question now is this, Bengamaru.
Please let me finish this one.
Okay, finish. Okay.
As the president of the country, if you are a good president, you should be able to rise beyond and above ethnic and or political or religious patronage. You should be the one to say, guy, this is not how to protect me. If you actually care about me and you want the people of Edo State, everything he says, he granted an interview last night. The only thing he was saying was that, the people of Edo State are going to turn out en masse to vote for Bola Ahmed Tinubu come 2027, that he is promising Bola Ahmed Tinubu at least 2.3 million votes. Tinubu should have said, guy, if you really care about me, the only way you can ensure that happens is if you perform creditably well. If the people see that you are doing well, they will most certainly listen to you. But this idea of you saying by fire, by thunder, you must deliver 2.3 million votes at the expense of people's lives, that cannot help me. Yes. So the president is the one who is to blame at this particular moment.
That's why we are asking this question. What do you think the president should do in order to nip violence in the bud come 2027? Because this thing that happened in Edo State, it looks like a dress rehearsal.
It's not even a dress rehearsal. It's nothing compared to what is loading.
Okay. That's where my interest lies. Not whether Obelo won or didn't win, but making such a statement at this point in time. We remember, let's pick this call. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, comrade.
Yeah, my name is George. I'm calling from Olugwe.
Okay, you're welcome, sir.
I want to advise every Nigerian that we are having a serious problem ahead of us 2027. And we should try as much as possible to put anything sentiment behind us.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Oh, the line just went off. You can call us back, Comrade George. You can call us back for you to complete your statement. Bengamaru.
Well, with what you guys have been saying ever since, I want to bring in some extra from what you guys said.
Okay.
Either Okpebholo won the election, or Ighodalo. Okay.
Oh, wait. Hello.
Yes. George, stay talking.
Yeah, welcome.
We should put sentiment behind us.
Okay.
Put tribalism behind us.
Okay.
And speak truth to our politicians.
Mm-hmm.
If we have any enemy of this country today, it is those who are practicing politics now, because they do not care about the masses. Why should we be talking about telling a certain tribe or certain people, this is my place, this is not your place? This is a secular state, for God's sake. And Nigeria belongs to all of us. I want to ask a question. Most of the resources that we are using to make money to run the affairs of this country today, some of us know the part of this country that those things are coming from. Should those people now say, don't come to my place? How do we run the affairs of the country? People are just sentimentally, I don't know, the way they are taking things, it makes it look as if you can talk, you just talk, and nobody can talk above you. It's not talking, it's the action that makes the country to be great. Our politicians are moving us along with them. They are centrally on themselves. They should make this country a country that will move forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Comrade George. Bengamaru, you were saying something.
So I like what Mr. George said a while ago. He said it's not this is not a time for us to be analyzing on what has gone in the past. It is a time for us to really talk about what's on ground and how we can put an end to this menace.
No, we can't talk of the present without making reference to the past.
I know.
You understand?
I know. Now, that aside, recall that in the build-up for the governorship election that happened in Edo State, when Obaseki was the governor, recall that Obaseki was in the PDP, and the present governor, Okpebolo, is in APC, and one of his aides, an inspector of police, was killed. And they blame. The death came from the side of Obaseki's group. And at the end, up to today, we couldn't figure out who killed that inspector. Now, the same thing is now happening to Peter Obi. Okpebolo is in the office now, and as the CSO of your state, you cannot tell us that you don't know who carries out a particular assassination attempt. Recall that it happened in the house of the attack happened in the house of Oyegun, the former governor of Edo State. Now, what would have happened, God forbid, should in case in the process we lost those two gentlemen, God forbid. You see, there is saying in Yoruba that something ajekela no mokuloni. It means that a witch is cried yesterday, and in the process we lost a child. Who doesn't know that it was the crowd which is that killed the child? So it is clear, but that the governor of the state somehow knows about. The governor was trying to blame the incidents on the internal crisis that they had in ADC, which is far beyond that.
Okay.
Now the point is this: we cannot say Mr. President should be blamed for the attack on Peter Obi and Oyegun. I detest that.
Okay.
Because number one, Mr. President was not in Edo State as at the time of the attack was being carried out. Secondly, Mr. Governor should know. I'm talking about Kwebelo. Going by the threat. Okay, let me give you this as an example. If I'm telling you that if this and this thing is not done by Governor Seyi Makinde, maybe I will tell him to fix a particular rule. And I'm saying on here that if Mr. Governor does not do this rule between now and this also time, that I'm going to cause a kind of chaos in the state. And maybe a week or a month after, there is now chaos. Who do you think the governor is going to arrest? It's me. So I think Okpebolo should ensure that that issue that happened in Edo State, we don't have a reoccurrence of
the issue is this. Thank you. Sani, let me come to you. Why are we in a country where it appears some people are above the law of the land? If an ordinary person, if somebody like you now, Olaleko Sani, should go and make that kind of statement, do you think you'll be here?
You see?
Why do you have
before I answer
why do you have a country where people will just make statements
and nothing will happen?
Yes.
Let me say something here. Before answering your question, let me try and respond to Mr. George.
No.
I think Mr. George.
No. Mr. George is not talking to you. Excuse me. Let me. Hello.
George, calling back.
Yeah, welcome, sir.
We had politicians in the First Republic.
Yes.
We don't have politicians now. Let me give you one example. Fajuyi, after the first coup, visited all the places. He came to Midwest then. We were small, we were in primary school. He left there and he came towards Oyo State. That time it was Western State.
Okay.
Where was he killed? He was killed here in the Western State. Do you know that the governor, the administrator there, who was in charge of this area, said they asked him to step aside. He said, no, he's my visitor. You can't kill my visitor in my house. And they killed him and killed Fajuyi. Do we have any politicians that can do such a thing today? for the interest of this country? The answer is no. This is the area I am always looking at. We don't have politicians that have the interest of this country again. And they are selling these ideas to us as people. Let me tell you, if we don't take time, if you see the election that's going to come up 2027, Chukwuemeka,
yes, sir,
you will be surprised. Thank you.
Thank you very much, George. Because the question now is, my only concern is this: what do we do as a people? I remember the story of Wete in the wild, wild west. Are we walking that route again? Are we on the way to Kigali? Because we don't have to be. We have stayed too long. People that are in the leadership position should be careful. The way they open their mouths to talk, because people are listening to you. Where was there no sanction on Mondo Obebelo when he made that statement? And look at the consequence of what followed his statement. Hello?
John Okorafor.
You're welcome, John Okorafor.
Yeah. I greet everybody there.
You're welcome, sir.
Banga Mario.
Good morning, sir.
Now, let me answer Mr. George. If we have such politicians, we don't have them now. What we have now is power grabbers, power mongers. That is what we have. Nobody is leading now with integrity. You know that this position is for this very particular person. This is the right person to be there. Just because that person comes from where you come from, you ignore that. That is the kind of people we have. Now, when the people first make that very first comment, did the president say anything? No. Even if the presidency is not aware, they had it. This very one now, nothing comes out of from the presidency up to this very now. So what are you encouraging? The presidency might not send Okwabolo to say anything. But what was the reaction after saying that? Did you know that you are putting fire in your own land just as they gang up and kill PDP? Now PDP is nowhere to be found. All of them now are running haters skater because they have destroyed their own land. All this is what's supposed to be stopped. Let's talk about governance. Now, if Okwabolo is performing, nobody will look at the statement, just like Oti. Did you know that Oti extended power to a J in River State that have not seen light for the past 20 years, which Wike Amechi Odele happened to be governor? And that is what is called leadership. Good morning.
Thank you very much, John Okorafor. God bless you for that insightful contribution.
The very first thing I would like to say is this. Adekunle Faji wasn't a politician.
No, he's not talking of.
He was a soldier.
He was just making a statement. I'm coming. He was just making a general statement of people valuing friendship.
That is what I'm trying to say here. It wasn't because of what he put on his body, maybe uniform or other. He felt like Iransi was his buddy, like he was in Humaya, nobody touched him. If you have any problem with this guy, I mean, he shouldn't be here. I don't have any problem with him. I don't think you should have any problem with him. He didn't do what happened on the 15th of January 1966. So saying you want to take out his shine, his life at this particular point in time is wrong. And if you insist you're not going to listen to me, then you'll have to take me and this guy along. I mean, that was, in fact, the only thing I can liken it to right now is what happened on the cross of Calvary. Giving your life for another person. That's that. But I need to say something to Mr. George.
No, don't.
Wait, sir. Wait. I am a practical Nigerian.
No, but say your own. Don't say I want to say to Mr. George.
I am saying it. I am a practical Nigerian. Thoroughbred Nigerian. Like, if you cut my body, you are going to see Nigeria coming out. You may not even seem like you're going to be Nigeria. I don't mislead myself. I say it exactly the way it is. When I wanted to start that statement, I told you that the king should have been deposed. If I was running on the field of ethnicity, would I have said that? I said something about I will not disgrace myself by responding to the third guy you mentioned, the motor park boy. But Boyo Ononuga did something that should have taken him to jail. But today, he is the spokesperson of the country's most powerful individual.
Okay. I'm coming on. Okay. Just wait there. Why should he occupy that position after the utterances he made?
Because they are, okay.
And why is it that the presidency appears to be quiet over all these things that are going on? Can we bank on the presidency to prevent violence in 2027? That's the question.
If you are deaf and I'm your brother and I am speaking on your behalf, who is speaking?
I'm the one speaking.
That is it. He said something that crazy, something that wild. Instead of distancing yourself from him,
that's what I'm saying.
You are now, glorifying him by putting him in an exalted office. It shows too well that you are even if you were not the one who said go and say it, you must have been applauding him when he was saying that because it resonates with you. That is what I am saying. Sir, look me very well. I understand. If Yoruba man do it, I go clear him. If people man do it, I go clear. I can remember what I was saying about the president appointing an inspector general of Yoruba extraction. I don't like it. A lot of people, I'm going to have another problem with Mr. Whatever this morning. A lot of people started saying something about Frank Mba. In all seriousness, we need to balance things in this country. I am not by any means standard that a Yoruba man left the office of the Inspector General of Police and another Yoruba man is coming on board. It's not fair. I even went as far as saying that Yorubas need to be very careful. Obasanjo was the last person that had someone from his geopolitical zone as the Inspector General of Police. He used 3 of them, Musili Smith, Tafa Balogun, and Indoro, all of them Yoruba. Now another Yoruba man is doing it. Yarabra didn't do it. Jonathan didn't do it. Buhari didn't do it. Buhari was from the northwest. His inspectors general of police were from the north central and northeast. But now a Yoruba man picking a Yoruba man alone. I don't like that. But if you are saying something about Frank Mba, where were people when Frank Mba got promoted 3 times within maybe 1.5 years? From DCP to CP, that was 2020. CP to AIG, 2021. 2022, DIG, Pakam. Did anybody complain? You should spend at least 3 or 4 years on a spot, in a particular level in public service. But this guy got a very rapid. Tunji Disu got enlisted 2 years ahead of Mba. Disu AIG, Mba DIG. Did anybody complain?
So we are justifying?
We are not justifying.
Okay.
What I am saying is that we have a very massive rot in the system.
Okay.
We need to look at it holistically. Not that we look at one side, we leave one side. Put everything on the table and let's dice it. Let's chop it up. That's the point.
Okay. Bagamaru, so what's your take in all of this? Do you think the president has the power, the political will, to stop what is coming ahead? Because if nothing is done about what happened in Edo State, do you fear there will be a repeat of such dastardly act in other states?
I may not be able to talk about the issue of Mr. President on this, but my own take on this is that I'm coming.
You will, because the president is the head of the
of course he is.
The country.
Of course he is. Of course he is.
Yeah, so don't shy away from it.
Not that I'm shying away from it.
I know you are the president's man, but what I want to say is this: do you think he has can he muster the political will to stop political violence in 2027?
Of course he can. As the
not whether he can. Will he? Muster the political will to stop it from coming.
Did he do it in 2023?
Don't help him.
I'm coming. See, this thing is a soft issue. The thing is this: Mr. President knows what to do. He's not a baby when it comes to politics, and he knows how best to play his cards. But the thing is, will he do the needful?
That's the question I'm asking you.
That's it. But Nigerians would have expected him to do the needful by not allowing such to happen in the build-up for 2027 election. And I would want something to be in the electioneering, the electoral reform that was just being passed some few weeks ago, and that should be that hate speech should not be encouraged or should not be allowed. If anybody, there's been a sanction for hate speech, there will be a sanction to threat of life. From coming from, if you are a governor, forget about the immunity. If you're a local government chairman, forget about the immunity. If you are if you are holding any political position, once you make a kind of hate speech or threat to an opponent, then the person should be sanctioned accordingly. But that is not included in the electoral reform. So we are still going to witness more of these threats. Do you understand? We are seeking, because there is no law that is prohibiting someone from not talking, from not giving out threats or speaking anyhow to your opponent. Now, that's number one. Number two is that Mr. President is the father of all. What I'm expecting from him is to tell his subordinates, tell his governors who are working with him, that they should desist from giving out threats or from talking harshly to the other political opponents. Because once that is not being curtailed by Mr. President, we still have a continue. This thing will continue. And you see people coming on TV. Even it should start from his own house. By no guy, I know him very well. No, not that we have one-on-one something. Understand. But I do watch him. He talks anyhow. He talks, even if you want to defend Mr. President, there are some words that I don't want to mention some of those words on here. There's some vulgar words that are used. So if Mr. President could not be able to control his spokesman by Ononuga, then how do you expect him to control the governor? Okay.
Olaleko, before we move to INEC's times table and the May deadline, what should be done to make sure that we don't have political violence in Nigeria in the build-up to 2027? Because it does nobody any good.
Not at all.
Okay. What do you think should be done?
What we need to do at this particular point in time is to understand that we need to value our lives.
Okay.
The politician who is asking you to go and attack somebody,
his children are not there.
Is his first son in front of you or behind you when you are moving out to see you want to go and attack somebody? The children are in a very, very safe country, in Europe, United States, or Canada. But you, because of 20,000 naira and Guguru Belebe, you are ready to chop your brother's head off. I mean, it's not making sense. That is the very first thing we need to do. The other things that we can do are things that are going to come, that are things that should come from the people who apparently are benefiting from the chaos.
Okay.
So expecting them to say to do the right thing is like maybe waiting for a train at the bus stop. That is just it. If I were to be the president at this particular point in time, I would reprimand thoroughly Monday Ogbebolo.
Okay.
Number one, you don't have the right to tell anybody not to come to your state. It's not your state. You're just the governor of that state at that particular point in time. A lot of people have been governors of that state. Before you, a lot of people will after you. You do not have that. I mean, it's in the Constitution. It is boldly written in the Constitution. Chapter 2 of the Constitution grants the right to freedom of movement to all Nigerians. I can wake up this morning and say I want to go to Sambisa. It's only for me to ask myself if I'm going to come back from Sambisa alive or not. But nobody can tell me not to go there. Not to talk of a peaceful state like Edo, Benin City for that matter, and someone will tell you not to come. At that particular point, the federal government should have taken him up. I can remember that some governors did something like maybe packing people from their state to another state. Oh, they are beggars, they are this and that. It happened under the presidency of Goodluck Jonathan, another presidency of Muhammadu Buhari, and those two presidents rose up to say there is freedom of movement in this country.
They condemned it.
They condemned it.
They didn't keep quiet.
But now it is silence. That is why I have been saying that the Buhari that we thought was the worst is even managing to do better than somebody. It tells you that we have gone beyond the worst, and I don't know how to describe what we have right now. It is wrong. You don't have any power to say don't come. That is number one. Number two, the idea of whatever you see, you take it. That is open declaration of war.
Thank you very much, Olaleko.
And there is no room for war in a democracy.
No room for war in democracy. No room for bloodshed. No room to encourage brigandry, terrorism, killings. We have had enough killings in Nigeria. We should not, because of 2027, start another round of bloodshed. It is not done. Now, parties are racing against time over INEC's May deadline for primaries. 91 days. The parties have 91 days to conduct and finalize their primaries that will produce candidates following the release of a revised INEC elections timetable. With these 91 days, do you think the parties are going to... what are you expecting the parties to do? Before we, there was something I want to say here. The president of Ghana, John Mahama, he withdrew his envoy to Nigeria, Mohamed Ahmed. Why? Because he engaged in vote buying in primaries, National Democratic Congress in Ghana, NDC. Do you think we will be? Do you think these primaries that are coming, that parties are going to have, are we going to see what we saw in 2023, where dollars were shared and people went home with a lot of money? Can such Congress primaries produce good candidates that can deliver good governance? When primaries are bought, do you think when primaries are bought, will that primaries produce human beings who have not collapsed their conscience and they want to be in a position of authority? Do we expect something good from such people? Like Olaleko said, waiting for train at the bus stop.
See, it is our culture. Let me say it is in the culture of political parties.
Okay,
to
not
ensure
our
that
culture, because I want to take you on.
That was why I changed it.
You know your own culture.
That was why I changed it.
I want to take you on culture.
Yes, that was why I changed it.
Okay.
No, it is the culture of politicians in Nigeria. When it's time for their primaries, you see them buying delegates, not even with naira, with dollars.
Okay.
And
sometimes houses.
Sometimes assets.
Okay.
So asset based. See, yeah, you cannot do such for someone. Like, let me tell you this thing: if a politician gives you $, give you an asset for them to get a particular post, whatever, you should, what should come to your mind is that the politician that is doing that is not doing that for free of charge. He is doing that to ensure that when you are saving money, when you are saving. Do you understand? And at the end of the day, when you are saving, what do you expect in return? To cash out at the end of the day. So, when we have a system that allows for a politician, or let me say a political party, to have, when it's time for their primaries and they are buying the interest of the delegate with money, then what do you expect? Number one, the person you are bringing to us, we cannot really represent the people.
Okay.
And he has given you money in dollars, and you expect him by the time he gets to that office, his first 4 to even if not the first term of his tenure, he will try and get a return. It's like an ROI.
Yes,
investment. So you have to get back the money for the first 4 years he's going to spend on the throne. So for that first year, forget about that. The dividend is going to come to the masses. So I think Nigeria should get to a particular stage in life that whenever we want to have a party primary, it should not be based on money. Money should not be. You allow people to vote their conscience. And you ask another question again, that what should those parties be doing in preparation for the? And the thing is, I want to appeal to political parties, especially those the oppositions, that this is the time for them to put their house in order.
Okay.
Because Nigeria needs a vibrant opposition that will put the incumbent on their toes to do the needful for we Nigerians.
Okay.
So, and I want to as well appeal to the delegates. Please, delegates, don't let your conscience be bought. Okay. Any money given to you will be spent within a jiffy. I give you 6 months. The money that you have spent the money. Then what happens to your conscience and to the masses of the country? Please, 2027, it's a year that we are hoping that we have a change in the electoral system of the country, that we have a change in our leaders, the crop of leaders we have in the country. Please, your conscience must not be bought with 2 pints of gari or rice or whatever. Please vote your conscience. Vote the person you think that could take you from this quagmire to a place that you think you want Nigeria to be. And then you see, and some of those electoral reform, I'm having issues with them.
Okay.
Part of it must that any candidate, we want a sanction that if you're a candidate in a party primary, that you are giving out dollars or money or asset, talking about cars or houses, you should be disqualified automatically.
Okay. Olalekosani, is it possible to do away with money in our primaries?
Thank you very much.
Is it possible with the level of corruption in our country? Imagine the president of Ghana recalling his envoy to Nigeria because he engaged in vote buying during primaries.
Thank you very much, sir. Each election has its own peculiarities.
Okay.
The 2027 election is going to be different.
How?
There is not going to be indirect primary where some people go to Abuja to say we want to go and elect somebody.
Okay.
That is not the way it's going to happen right now. It is going to be direct primary where all party members are going to vote in their respective local governments.
Selected party members or all of them?
All.
Okay.
Not selected. Okay. Once you carry the card of the party, you will be allowed to vote.
To vote, okay.
That is the point. So for me, I do not appreciate the role of money in politics.
Okay.
The role of money in politics should not go beyond logistics, adverts, and all of that. If you are taking money to people at home to say support us, then you are not a politician. You are a tradesman.
Okay.
You want to buy vote. You don't want to hand vote.
Okay.
But, instead of having a scenario where we are going to blame just a few for going to Abuja to elect unelectable people, and we now have to choose between who is worse between the two or three of them, it's now going to be a case where all Nigerians, and I've been saying it, join political parties, PDP, even the APC if you want to join. ADC, LP, whichever party you want to join. Now you have an opportunity. And you can still join parties now and still end up being a delegate when it's time for primaries. If you are not part of the process, don't abuse those who are part of the process.
Okay.
The idea of me going to Abuja, I don't have to go to Abuja to go and vote another person is no longer there.
Okay.
You are only going to vote in your local government this time around. Okay. So if as Nigerians, all of us as Nigerians, we go out on that day and we say, okay, look at my card and what do you have for me? Then you're part of the problem.
Okay.
If you don't want to be part of that problem, go and vote for the guy you know to, a guy or lady that this person will deliver when the person becomes president. Okay. So what I'm trying to say here in essence is this. Money may actually have no role if Nigerians are ready for the change with so much mouth. I'm coming, sir.
Another question, when will Nigerians be ready?
When they are ready, when they want to be ready.
Yes.
So they are going to be ready when they want to be ready. That's the answer to your question. What I am saying is this. It's either of two extreme ends. It's either Nigerians bring in candidates that they want, or all of us as Nigerians collect money and elect the worst candidates.
Okay.
It's not going to be a few people. It's now going to be anybody who is interested in voting during primary primary sessions. So if me, you, Mr. Mario, okay, which candidate they pay 10K, which one they pay 100K, if that is our mindset,
you go for the 100
before going to the primary ground, then we have lost it.
Okay.
But if it's like, let's look at their manifestos. What do they want to do? Okay. How do they intend to move this country forward?
Okay.
It's going to
that
be
should
fine.
Be
that's okay. It's only a madman that would consider something contrary to that.
Okay, let me ask you this question. I don't know whether you or Bengamaro will answer it. Why in the before even we after 1999 general election, we've had when politicians want to campaign at this point in time, they come with their scorecard.
And please, we should know that what we are saying is not in the distant future.
Oh no, it's
starting from April
yes.
and ending in May.
Yes.
So it's only March. Please, what's tomorrow's date, sir? 1st of March. 1st of March. So the only thing we are talking about is just 32 days from now.
Okay. So the politicians will come with their scorecard, and this is what we have done. But what we are seeing these days is that politicians employ influencers.
Sir.
Why do you think our politicians have abandoned the idea of presenting their scorecard to the people
or manifesto?
Or manifesto. Now they are using influencers.
Sir, should I tell you something, sir?
Okay.
I was at a gathering and a politician was saying, I came prepared. I came loaded. There is money. I swear to God. Guess what? The people were shouting, "Hey, this type of person we want. You have money." And at the end of the day, the guy won. And it was, a wreck, a mess, which I knew was going to happen. But can you blame that guy?
What happened to those that hailed him?
They collected 5,000, 2,000, 3,000, and today they are drinking Gary. But wait, in all seriousness, sir, can you blame that guy?
But
if you look at my point from the first topic of judges and all of that, there is moral degradation in our country. That is our biggest problem. The average Nigerian has a price. With my 2 eyes, I have seen people on the day of election. We gathered in clusters. Oh, who are you voting for? Who are you? And this guy came. Please, do you have any idea of what the parties are sharing? And I was like, are you kidding me? The guy said it point blank that if he was not going to get cash, that he was not going to vote on that day. At that particular point, they later shared money in that polling unit, which was another topic. It became issue, we protested and all of that. But as of the time this guy was talking, nobody had started sharing money. Guess what? This guy left. He said he will never try to vote unless
he gets money.
Paid for that.
Begamaru, this idea of I will not vote until I'm paid. When you are paid to vote, do you still have the right to complain that the country is not working?
Let's first ask ourselves what is the reason behind Nigerians coming out to tell us that, to tell one that I'm not voting not until when I'm paid. You see, it's because number one, there is hunger in the land.
Okay.
The quest for survival. A voter who does not have what to eat at home, or who does not have food to give to his children at home, and his only hope is that by the time he gets to the polling unit, if he or she is being offered a sum, at least he or she will compromise to sell his vote. So it is the hunger in the land. So what I think should be, that is the cause of the issue. But what I think the way forward is this. There has been sensation from time immemorial now about the need for Nigerians not to be selling their votes and not to be compromising. But there is no end in sight to poverty in the land.
Okay.
There is no end in sight to there's no end in sight to how people will be able to feed, people will be able to feed themselves and their family. And this is one of the areas in which people are seen as a means to make ends meet. Because some people know that when it is for 4 years, they at least they will get some little things. And there's be a stiffer penalty to whosoever is giving out money to induce voters to vote for their party. It's just that it's a shame on Nigeria that the election local government election that was held in Abuja last week, that some people were being caught with a sum of over 30 million naira that they were sharing to people. And as we speak today, nothing has been done to those who collected the money. Nothing has been done to those who shared the money. So what do you expect? It will persist. So in conclusion, what I think should be done now is that individual as Nigerians, we should try and it's not a call.
Go ahead.
Individual as Nigerians, we should try and not be enticed by what the politicians are giving to us, because whatever they are giving to you cannot last you for a week.
For a day.
Even for a day, I'm telling you.
Okay.
So the thing is, vote your conscience and the rest to God.
Oladeko-san, you are raising your hand.
Thank you very much.
Before we go, because the time is...
The truth of the matter is that politicians, I believe personally that the type of poverty that is in the land today is deliberate. So that, people can lose common sense. And when they see 5,000, 10,000, who do you want us to vote for? That is why they are aggressively pushing poverty into the lives of people. But as Nigerians, we need to understand that you must sacrifice something
to get what you want. Okay.
Whatever they give you cannot even sustain you for that day.
Okay.
you need to rise beyond and above whatever they want to give you.
Okay.
Because the person giving you that money is not giving you that money because he likes you.
Okay.
Did he give you something last week?
No.
Did he give you something the week before? He is giving you something on the day of election simply because he wants to buy your common sense. If you are now daft enough to look at yourself from head to toe and say you are not worth more than... Look at what happened just a week ago. I'm very serious here. They were paying people 1,000 in Abuja, and people were collecting it to vote. 1,000, 1,000, and people were collecting it to vote. EFCC arrested 20 people. Are they taking them to court? EFCC told us that they arrested 20 people sharing money. Have you seen anybody in court? It tells you, with what EFCC said that they arrested people and nobody's in court today, you need to know, you already know the people they arrested for vote sharing, vote buying. Nigerians, let's take ourselves seriously.
Okay,
I believe too of that. Nigeria's case is not beyond repair.
Okay.
But we need all the efforts we can gather. I am going out to vote. You are going out to vote. If Mr. Mario is going, all our listeners are going out to vote. Even if they will intend to share 100 naira, if you come out en masse, that 100 naira will get exhausted. It won't get anywhere. But if it's just a handful of people that go out to vote,
they will buy them.
Trust me, instead of paying 100 naira, they'll pay 10,000. And people who are voting because of their belly will decide for me and you. And they are going to choose an idiot who is going to be our leader. No matter how wise you are, if an idiot is your boss, trust me, you are going to end up being a bigger idiot.
Okay, gentlemen, if you don't come out to vote, it means that those who come out to vote will determine, and they collect 1,000, they will determine who will be your leader. When a hungry man determines who will be your leader, imagine what will be.
You are finished.
You are finished. But if you stay at home and say it doesn't concern you, I'm educated, I don't want to go and vote, they already know those who will win. It's a lie.
Sir, if they know who will win, will they be sharing money?
Yes, will they be sharing money? Oh, my vote will not count. If your vote will not count, why are they giving you money? Your vote will count. Make sure that you come out. Make sure that you have your PVC. And don't allow people to, when people come and meet you, give me the details of your PVC, send their BVN, send their NIN, and send me your bank account. Don't do that. If you do that, you have already allowed them to harvest your PVC. On the day of election, you may go to the polling booth and discover that somebody has voted in your name. So don't sell your PVC and come back and be complaining that Nigeria is not working. Gentlemen, this is where we call it a day. Olale Kosani, thank you for coming.
It is always an honor to be in
Yes, I love the way you ended this conversation this morning by appealing to Nigerians not to sell their vote. Benga Mario, thank you for coming.
God bless Nigeria.
Is there any shows today?
Yeah, there is.
There is a show for Benga Mario. We are going for a show when we leave this place.
From one show to the other.
Thank you, gentlemen, for taking time to listen to Wells Radio 89.3 FM on Roundtable. Next Saturday, God willing, I will come your way again. I remain yours sincerely, Chukwuemeka Munachiso. Thank you, Sam Adelere, our studio manager, for this program this morning. Keep it locked on Wells Radio 89.3 FM. We have other interesting programs for your listening pleasure. And don't forget that if you have something to advertise, you have a program, you have something you are selling or you want to sell, Wells Radio is your best bet. And our prices are pocket friendly because we understand what the economy is saying. I will see you next week, God willing. Stay blessed.
If you want go wash, now what are you go use?